I believe my screen is visible. Please, someone should confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, thank you for that. As I said, as an analyst, we need to understand the language of data cleaning because that is number one thing that you are going to be doing as an analyst. Cleaning your data, cleaning your data, making sure that all your data is well structured, well organized, well, like, professionally well input. Okay, that is number one thing that you need to look forward to as an analyst. And this is not this in fact this data that is showing on the screen here is not something that is complicated. This is not data that is so much messy. This is still okay for us to handle. There's some data that you will see and you will feel like running, but where are you running to? It's a work that give you job. It's a work that you just need to it's something that you just need to work around. I remember when I was still learning. I think there was during the course of that learning there's a particular project given to us. Then I think we worked together with some project management and student then, and we were told to analyze global trafficking data. We try to source for those data because we actually use secondary data then, because we as a student then we can't have access to all the whole world. How do we want to do it? So we try to just source for secondary data and we work around it. And after the whole process, cleaning of the data and all of that, we were told that because they told us then that they want to know people that participate in that particular project then, and they now told us that we should try to extract the chats, our WhatsApp group chats for that particular project, for them to know people that works together, works in a team, people that cause commotion, confusion, and all of that. The project managers that oversees that particular project then, she extracted that particular our chat then, and he drop it back on it, like drop it back on the group chat. I mean the link to that chat, drop it back. Every one of us are analysts then, we all check that data, and everybody was running away. Everybody was just running away for that data because everything is just messy, not something that is structured. No, it's not structured at all. So and among us now, we know people that are very, like, very very, like, they are good at what they do. The PM reached out to me, I think a day to submission, a day to presentation to the event. She reached out to me that how are we going to do this thing, that everybody is running away, that we should just try to look for what we can actually do. I was like, this have come already. And because she is chatting, and our part of the chat is on the group chat, meaning that even if we analyze that chat, they will still know that this particular guy is disturbing the analyst for us to do this job. I just tried to pick up the data, I worked around it, tried to do all what I could, and it came out well. Immediately I dropped the dashboard on the group chat like this. In fact, that particular work got to another people, got to another group. Other groups started calling me that how did I go about the chat, how did I go about the cleaning of the data, how did I work through it, how did I handle it. So I was now feeling as if I know more than them. But the reason why the reason why I look as if I know more than them there then, it was like I tried to just challenge the challenge. I challenge the challenge. When someone is challenging the challenge, I challenge the challenge. Research. Look on. In fact, there was nothing like ChatGPT then that I can even research on. There was nothing like ChatGPT then. I challenge the challenge, and I bring something good out of. There is one of like our colleagues then that, in fact, he was in. I think she was in UK then. She was the first person that called me that she has tried all she could. She couldn't get it. So why I'm saying this is just that data cleaning is something that we just need to pay close attention to, know how to do it well. Because once you cannot clean your data, it means that you are just You are just working blindly. Working blindly, that I mean is that there will be a lot of errors. Let's do something now. Let's do something now. Think. Let me just. If there's a things that there are some things that we will do here now. If you see my, if you, I believe we are seeing my screen. If you do something here now, we have empty rows here. Whatever that we are doing here, whatever formula that we are inputting here now, this break now will not make it affect this. It's going to stop here. That is one of the things. And I want us to do a very quick work together. Please, you before you unmute yourself, try make sure that you have a very noiseless background. I want us to just like unmute yourself and tell us what you notice about this data. Please unmute yourself. Tell us what you notice about data. Please, did anybody hear me? Do we hear what I said?
Yes, yes, but please leave the data,
Yes.
leave it on the screen so that we can still see
Okay.
it.
All right.
It's no more. Yeah.
It's on screen now.
Yes, it is.
Okay. What do we notice about this data now?
This is for me. I think this is a data of artists and their album stage, particular year.
Okay. Okay. That is what you notice. Any other person?
For me, the data are not well organized because you can't differentiate the album, particularly from the artist. They're almost, and that is going to stress the eye for you to actually differentiate
So,
them.
all right. Do you have any other persons that have?
I think something proper.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It means that you are following. Please, do you have any other person that have any opinion, like any views that what he discovered about this data? Do you have any other person that have things that he discovered about this data? All right. If we did not, the first thing. Okay, we have someone. Okay, I'm with you.
Yes, I was saying on the artist, I was saying on the artist column, um,
My network. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think please I want someone to confirm if you are hearing me clearly. I want to get that confirmation if I'm not having network issue. Please, are we all hearing me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. If we look at this data very well.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. If you look at this data very well, we will notice that this data first lack this break. This break. It lack this break. We have empty rows. If you look at it, we have empty rows. And we will see the amount of empty rows we have within these data. And the second thing is that we can't differentiate between the headers of this data and the data itself. We can't differentiate between the headers of this data and the data itself. And another thing again is that this particular artist, the text here is not consistent. If you look at this number, this number on this column on row 8, we have what is going on, Marvin Gaye. If you look at Marvin Gaye, we have Marvin's as we have it as a sentence case, and we have Gaye as what? We have Gaye as just uppercase. This is not, it is not looking so nice. It is not making sense. Please just a minute. I think someone is okay. Please just a moment to try to admit this person. you okay. Please, this particular Uche something something is not. Can someone just help me to tell that person on the chat for relogging back? If probably I can let him in again. Please, I want to confirm if I am. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
We didn't really get what you said, though. We didn't really get what you said.
Okay, what I'm saying is that please, someone's
It was breaking. We didn't get what you said.
what? Okay, sorry. I let me try to admit the person back. I think I'm having serious network issues. All right. Hope I'm audible now. Hope I'm audible, please. All right.
Yes, you are. Right
Thank you.
on.
All right. Now I've tried to just make mention of 3 to 4 things that I noticed regarding this project, this data. The header is not like there is no difference between the headers and the data itself. Break of cells. On artists here, we don't have consistent sentence. Yeah. And we can look on sales here,
Sorry,
total sales now.
sorry, sir.
Okay.
You stopped screaming.
Sorry. All right. So whatever analysis we do on this without not making corrections to all of this, it will not make sense. We will got like we will run into a lot of error. We will run into a lot of error. So first and foremost, what we just need to just do is just that now we want to start the cleaning process. Firstly, I want to try to expand all this column that doesn't allow us to see the data that we have here. And what I just need to just do is just that I want to highlight this. I want to highlight this column A, and I click on Control Shift End. And after that, I want to double click this line here. I think we cannot have good space between our data now. This is what we try to do in the other section there when we are trying to do data entry. And the reason why it does not work is that uh, we don't have data inside those columns and cells at that moment. Now this is what we have now. I want to try to just expand years a bit also. Now we try to do that. First, the second thing now is that for me, I think I want us to see this thing well. Okay, I think it's managed now. Now, what I want to do now is that I want to try to uh, indicate the header that this is elder. We have our data. So what I need to just do is just that to highlight this the way I highlight it the other time. I highlight it this way, and I want to use my home tab. I am on my own tab now. I want to give it a background color, and I want to give it this fill. I want to change the color of my font to white for me, like just for it to be visible to us. Again, I want to change the font size to, let's change it to 13. I think let's put it in bold, and this is what we have on our screen. And again, we can still use something called text box. Text box. You go to just go to insert tab, click on insert tab, and we have our text box here. Text box is basically used for us to just write the headings of what we want to do. Let's just click on this and see what we have. Sorry. I want to just expand this more. Click on our text box. We drop text box here, and we just expand it this way. Okay, just like box, we expand it. We can also expand this. Drag this. We drag this way to this end. Just pray it works. But sometimes it doesn't. It don't work on. Okay, let's say data cleaning. Okay, let's give it a color itself, and we want to increase this. Let's increase this to 30. Let's see what we have. Change it. Let's change it. Uh, sorry. Let me try to bring this person in. I don't know why this person should. I don't know why this person. I can't bring this person. I don't know why this person is not. Can't get this person in here. Jesus. This is just a moment. Now, what I basically did now is that we try to fix this panel. Okay, I'm repeating this for the sake of people that are not on call for us to get it recorded. Uh, I want these particular headers to be fixed. So what I did is that I go to view tabs and use my fix panel ribbon, and I use this fix top row, like you fix this top row in order for even if I'm hovering to uh cells 1000, everything is not going to be moving together. Both the headers and the data is not going to be moving together. So we are done with that, and the next thing that we're going to be doing now is that we want to remove the empty space inside this data, and I try to highlight this column A, and I click on Control Shift End again. Okay, once I'm done with that, I want to use this tab. I want to use Home tab again, and I go to what? I go to Find and Select Ribbon. I go to Find and Select Ribbon. I want to use Special. What I did is that I go to Home tab, come to Find and Select Ribbon, and I click on this drop down, and I want to go to Special. I click on that, and I have this on my screen. And what I need to do next is that I will click on blank. I click on blank, and I click on OK. And immediately I click on OK, I have every of the empty rows highlighted. So what I need to do now is just that we are seeing another ribbon beside here, and I'm using this delete ribbon. I want to click on this drop down, okay, and I want to delete what? I want to delete the rows, delete seat rows. Let's click on that and see what we have. The thing we've deleted all those empty rows. All empty rows that is here now gone. I walk us back through again. I try to use my Home tab, come to Find and Select Ribbon. I click on Find and Select Ribbon, click on Go to Special, and I use blank. Click on blank, and I click OK. And once I click on I come to delete. I click on this drop down, and I delete the sheet rows that is empty. Okay, so now we are done with that. Now no empty um rows in our data again. What we want to do again now is that we want to try our best to have, like, to format this even with the space. We want to format the spacing in here. We now discover that sess piece 2, we have the all this space is not what's it called, it's not making sense to us. So what we need to just do now is just that we highlight this particular column, we highlight this column D, and we right click our mouse, we highlight this one, left right click our mouse and click on insert for us to have a new column. Now we have a new column here. We can work this in two ways. We can work this out in two ways, but I think we should just go with the simplest way. We are going to use function trim function. I think for that, sorry, okay, let's use trim function, and the trim function say equal to trim. We open our parentheses and we now click on C2, and we close our parentheses again. What I did here is that I want to like remove the spacing between lead and C Pauline. I want to remove this, and I use this format, which is equal to trim, open parenthesis, C2, and we close that. Let's see what we have. Let's click on enter and see what we have. And this is what I have. Sorry, I was thinking the very okay. What I did is that I like equal to trim, open your parentheses. This is C2. This is what I'm working on. I want to change this, the B2s. I want to remove this unnecessary spacing that is in between them. And we are on C column. And don't forget we are on row 2. That is why we have C2 here. C column, row 2. C column here, row 2. And I enter a C2 and I close my parentheses. And I click on enter. As I click on enter, the unnecessary like spaces now gets away. Now instead of us to be pressing that function one after the other, what we just need to just do is just that click on this again, click on this DB2 again, and you see this something like rectangle at the very end here. Just like put your over on it like this and double click on it, and we have all of this. We automate this once. Do we get it now? Like everything just gets automated. Instead of us pressing equal to trim one after the other and do that, we just try to use function on it and we try to automate the rest. Now these are the mistakes that some analysts make. Some people just feel like they are done with this and
Sorry, sir.
okay, I'm with you.
Sorry. This column you just created now,
Yes.
did you create a new column before starting?
Yes, I create a new
Before
column.
starting the process?
Yes, I create a new column.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you copy the data?
I did not copy. Let me walk us through back. You see, we want to remove the unnecessary spaces that is here. I want to create a new column entirely. So I try to highlight this column D and I right click. I try to click on insert for me to have a new set of column. You get it now? And as I have that, I didn't copy this one to this place. What I did is that I come in front of this the B2 here, and I use this function. The function is equal to trim. Open your parentheses. This is, we are on column C. What we want to like clean is on column C. Column C,
Okay, the column
yes,
C.
column C
Oh, okay.
and row 2. Now you now say C2 and you close the parentheses, click on enter, and we get rid of those unnecessary spacing that is between the B2s. And instead of us entering that function one after the other, what we just need to just do is just click on this again. There is a something like rectangle at this very edge here. Just try to put your cursor on it and double click, and you automate the rest of that data. And the whole space, unnecessary space that is in here, we have tried to eradicate it in this new column. So, and this is where a lot of data analysts get it wrong. Now they have a new column now, and they want to get rid of this. Let's just try what will happen. I want to delete this thing now. I just try to highlight column C, and I left click and I delete it. You see what I have? Do you see what I get on my screen now? I'm having error. I am having error. So you will not work it that way. Let's undo it back. So instead of you just come here directly and you delete it once like this, you try to create another column. We click on what? We click on this. We click on column E again. Or instead, you click. Okay, let me walk us through this way. Now we can copy this. We are copying this new set of data, and we now move it back here, and we want to paste it here. Instead pasting that we want to paste it here, we are pasting it in a like, I don't want to stress us. Let's just try to create a new column. As we move further, we understand this. Let me just create a new column. So now this is our new data. What I just need to just do is just that I highlight it this way, copy it, Ctrl C, and I come back here. Instead of me just clicking on Ctrl V, I will not click on Ctrl V because it won't work. What I just need to just do is either I click on paste as special or click on this 1 2 3. Okay, instead of just Ctrl V it, which is paste on the node, what I just need to just click is just that, what I just need to just click is just that I click this 1 2 3, which is value. I click on it like this, and I have my data here. So, and I come back here again. Let me just rename this. Let's say artist. So we have it artist here. So I come back on C here. I delete this. I come back on C, this one again. I delete it, and I have my data well arranged now. No error, no issue. Well organized, well arranged. Now we are done with that. What we want to do now is just that we want to try to correct the consistency. And the consistency is just like this Marvin Gaye. We are having Marvins as sentence case, where we have Gaye as uppercase. So we just need to just make everything, make it make sense. We want everything to be in sentence case. So what we just need to just do now is just that we need to create another column again. Left click, highlight D, and insert another column. Okay, and now we have done that. We want to use function again. And what is our function? Same thing that we did the other time. Can just say, let's say equal to proper. Open your parentheses, C2 again, and you close your parentheses, and you click on enter. We click on enter now, and you see now this the B2 on this column now is now sentence case now. Instead of you typing one after the other, instead of you typing one after the other, now we have it in sentence case, which is making it make sense. Okay, so we are going to use the same format we use on this the other time in order to automate it. So we click on this the B2 again, and we double click on this button that looks like rectangle here. We double click on this, and we have everything being well arranged again. So now we are going to walk it through the way we did it the other time there. Okay, instead of us just deleting this one, we try to create another column also. We create another column, and we copy this, and we come here again, we paste as 1 2 3, and we delete this. We also delete this, and we have our data being ready. We have it ready here, and after that we have done with like 2 to 3 things. Now we have tried to remove the empty rows. We have tried to remove the unnecessary spacing that is there. We have tried to make sure that all our datas, the text of our data, they are in sentence case. Now we want to move to this place, which is our sales. Now these are our sales. Now I am in Nigeria, so we want to set it to we want to try to set it to we want to set this to naira for us to have good figure on this screen. Now what we need to just do is just that we highlight this. Okay, we highlight this, and we come to this place. We are still working with our home tab, but we are using number ribbon. We click on this drop down, and we are going to locate currency, and here is the currency. As we locate currency, we have a lot of currency here, and let's round it off that way, and we want to pick the symbol of the currency that we want to use. We're going to be using naira, so we want to look for naira. The symbol of naira, and add it there. Now we have naira here. Let's just use this first one, Edo. We click on Edo, and we click on OK, and we all have naira on our data. We have naira on our data. Everything is in naira now. Everything is in naira. So now what else we need to do? Our data is well formatted now. Our data is well formatted. I think our data is okay right now. So I think the next thing that we just need to just do for us to get this data. Okay, I think we have duplicate too. I think we have duplicates. So duplicates. I think please just a moment. Oh, all right. For that short break. Okay, now we want to remove duplicates from data. We want to remove duplicate from this data, and now we've tried to highlight all of our data. Okay, think Control Shift End. Okay, now what we just need to just do now is that. Sorry, just a moment. All right, we just need to go to data. We need to go to data tabs. We are on data tab, and we want to remove duplicate of this because we don't want this. Okay, I think we should just try to look into some duplicates that we have together, so we should, so for us to understand that we just need to remove some duplicates, because so it won't be like we have record of two people like this kind of blue, you know, is like it's duplicate. We just, and if you trace the whole rows of this kind of blue, we have my Davis, just rock there. It means that this data is actually a duplicate data. So what we needed to just remove this duplicate. Okay, so what we just need to just do, I like this way, Control Shift End, and you go to your data tab, look for remove duplicate. This is remove duplicate, and I click on remove duplicate. Yes, I click on select everything, and you know, yes, my data has header, and I click on OK. You see, Excel is telling me that I have 498 duplicate value found and removed. It has been removed now. So 501 unique value remain. Imagine we have almost 1000 data. We have almost 991 datas, and we have 498 duplicates. You see how stressful it's going to be. You see how wrong the sorry you see how wrong it's going to look like. So now we've removed 498 duplicates, and the remaining value we have on our data now is 501, and we click on OK, and our data is now well structured and well formatted. So the only thing now we just need to just do, and we continue from that next week, is just to turn this data to a standard Excel format, preparing our data for analysis. In our next class, we'll be looking into that. I think we've tried all our possible best to cover as much as possible tonight. Do I have anybody that has question on the call? Do I have anybody that has question? Do I have anybody that has question? Please, do I have anybody that have? Hey, Jesus. Hello, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Please, can anybody hear me? Jesus. Please, can anyone hear me? So for you to duplicate this, you just need to just click on your control, left click, let your cursor be on raw data like this, and left click and drag it, drag it like this, and drop it in within this arrow that is pointing down, drop it there, and it's going to be duplicate. And we get it duplicated now. The data is now being duplicated now. The reason why I say you should duplicate it, for you to see the before and after of your data. Now we don't have the before, but we have the after here. So that is that about that. I think we're cutting it off here. Thank you for joining. See you next week. Bye.